Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Patriot Nation TV. I'm your host, Tim Davis, aka Professor X, your new age patriot with the 1776 attitude. Just one man, one opinion, trying to connect the dots, make sense of it all in this bizarre world. It's a little late night chat. It is Sunday, September 11th, 2022, and the anniversary of 9/11/01. And this is my little chat on it. If you're new to the show, please give a thumbs up, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell for future shows. So I'm just going to get right to it. I'm going to try to make it short and quick. I wasn't really preparing to do a show on this, but let me just start off by saying this. I was born and raised in New York for half a century now. I work in New York City for a quarter of a century now. So this kind of touches home with me. And as I was saying, I have reservations on talking about it. From other social media things, other friends saying don't. Some people may take it the wrong way, or not honoring the memory of the fallen, making fun of it and stuff like that. And they try to push me away from talking about it, but after really thinking what's going on, being one man, one opinion, I feel that I would be doing a disservice by not talking about it. So, like many New Yorkers, yes, I know at least a dozen or better people who perished that day. Teammates, classmates, a lot of familiar people who I may have not known personally, but were working in unions, grew up in my county, were opponents in sports. Some of them were firemen, police officers, and so on and so on. So it's a touchy subject, but like I said, I had reservations on doing this. Well, I feel I'm going to be doing a disservice if I don't talk about it, and the conclusion I'm coming to, and I wanted to share with you. So this is my 9/11 official story of 9/11 and the conspiracy theory. It was an act of war, right? It was 100% act of war. And remember, ignorance is strength. So I don't do these 9/11 ceremonies anymore, or visit the city, because I'm down in this city all the time anyway. So I just don't do these 9/11 ceremonies anymore or watch them for quite a few years now. I came to the realization I was memorializing a large scale sacrifice and figured I wouldn't do it anymore. I believe it's not true. Maybe I can't prove it was an inside job, but I can definitely prove the narrative that was sold to us was a lie. Also, it was the beginning of the war on you. Now it's the domestic terrorist. That's you, me, anybody that talks out against it. And I'm going to say this: you have less freedoms today than you did on 9/10/01. Undeniable. So the term is always never forget, right? So we always hear never forget. Never forget that the same people who planned the attack on this country, on the World Trade Center and Pentagon and stuff like that, also planned a pandemic in 2020. The same group of people. I believe that. So just want to know, did you know? In case you didn't know, we're gonna touch it the month and day before that horrific day. So in case you didn't know, just months before 9/11, the World Trade Center's lease was sold to Larry Silverstein. Silverstein took out an insurance plan that covered terrorism. After 9/11, Silverstein took the insurance company to court, claiming he should be paid double because there were 2 attacks. Guess what? He won and was awarded $4,550,000,000. Never forget, right? Never forget, on September 10th, 2001, Donald Rumsfeld held a press conference to state that the Pentagon was missing $2.3 trillion. But the next day, something happened. And everybody forgot about this. We can't forget about that. Hence the war on terror. The war on terror really was against you, the American people. They ran out of ghosts. They ran out of enemies. No more insurgents. No more Osama bin Laden. So now they're declaring on us. You hear it all the time. Domestic terrorists, ultra mega deplorables, white nationalists, Christian nationalists, and so on and so on. Right? So the term is never forget. Never forget the lengths the government will do to hide the loss of $2.3 trillion. Never forget the lengths of rich billionaire. Never forget the lengths of a rich billionaire will go to have free demolition of a building he just bought full of asbestos he doesn't want to pay to remove. Never forget how many first responders are still dying from breathing in such said asbestosis from said demolition. Seeing it now. Need I say more? Okay. September 10th, 2001, DHS didn't exist. TSA didn't exist. The Patriot Act, the NDAA Act didn't exist. We didn't have president openly declaring war on half the country. We didn't watch a coup d'etat take place from 2016 to 2020, and it still continues on a former president. We didn't have people in prison for over a year without due process. The January 6th detainees comes to mind, so on. We lost a lot of our Bill of Rights, First Amendment, 5th, 4th, 6th, 9th amendments we lost because of this. And in the process of that 21 years, what can I say? I mean, believe in something, I guess, right? That's what they're telling us. Believe in something, even if it makes no sense. Like a plane descending 9,000 feet to go perfectly straight like this into the Pentagon. Believe in something if it makes no sense. Plenty of videos debunking it all. Believe in something, even if countless engineers say it was a controlled demolition. Believe in something, I guess. And so I have 21 years to reflect on it. I'm not 29, 30. I'm 51. And I've seen what's going on, and I'm coming to my conclusion. And I believe what we witnessed was the biggest white-collar crime in American history. The U.S. launched a military attack on its own soil. One man, one opinion. I can't prove it. I can just prove I can prove their narrative ain't right. I can't prove anything. I'm just saying I can prove that their narrative is not correct. And the American press assisted in the cover-up. Since that, it's just been one big, large depletion of currency and wealth distribution amongst others, while the middle class is squeezed out and the rich got richer. We've seen the 2008 housing bubble crisis. We've seen the Rona crisis, and we see what's going on now. Hey, how you doing, Luke? Thanks for tuning in. Exactly. You're exactly right. So at this point in my life, I don't care if they are doctors. I don't care if they are scientists. I don't care if they're experts, because our experts been failing us since 1913 on everything. One thing that history has taught us, these same highly respected professions have has misled us before, and they continue to mislead us. None of this crap has felt right since day one for me. None of it. Sure, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, I'm rah, rah, rah like everybody else. You attack my home state, the city I work in. Sure, I was all rah, rah. But as time goes on, it just didn't feel right to me from the beginning until now. And you can't convince me otherwise. Like I said, I can't say and prove it's an inside job, but I can say and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that their narrative and the story they sold us is not true. The 9/11 official story is a conspiracy theory. You can take whatever you want. I could post tons of videos. I could do an hour show, videos behind me of everything that took place. I can tell you my personal story of working in Manhattan that day, and so on and so on. But I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, what am I on? I'm on 11 minutes. This is just my little take. Like I said, I was hesitant on doing it because I have a lot of friends who are retired cops, firemen. I have a lot of friends who perished that terrible day, or friends, or relatives who are friends who have relatives that were. A lot of us do, so it does touch home. And like I was saying earlier, I've had a lot of people say, "Don't do it, don't talk about it, blah blah blah." But it's 21 years. 21 years, and we still don't know the bottom of the story. Are we going to let this linger like the JFK story? Are we just going to believe the Warren Commission? Are we just going to believe the 9/11 Commission when all the evidence is out in front of us? Sure, we can't prove these theories, but we can definitely prove these theories are lies. The story's a lie. But anyway, that's my little rant. I'm going to get off. I said to do it. Like I said, I think I would be doing a disservice to my fellow Americans, my fellow New Yorkers, if I didn't do it. It's time for us to wake up. Let them rest in peace. They were sacrificial lambs for an evil plot. And it's just time. Never forget, but never forget what happened. You got to look at history. You got to know history, what happened before the events take place, before it's a historical moment. Sure, remember our families, our friends, and the people that we didn't know that perished that day. But don't forget the people who created it. They created fear for control. So I'm Tim Davis, aka Professor X, your New Age Patriot, just one man, one opinion. It's my little rant. God bless you, God bless America. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.